Hey guys, welcome to the Pixel Response Podcast. My name's Nathan.
I'm Paul.
It's April 15th. I guess if this is now the recording, should we talk about the thing that happened today that everyone's talking about, or should we just move on?
I think you're talking about Bioshock Infinite as the thing people are talking about.
Yeah, that's what whatever. We'll save the newsy stuff for later.
Sure.
I played the first little bit of Bioshock Infinite this week.
Ditto. 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah, I thought you'd started it already. I'm still pretty early though. I haven't met Elizabeth yet.
Okay.
I think I'm about to do that, but like I was kind of enjoying that opening segment where you just kind of wander around and look at stuff.
Now, before we get into what you don't like, because everybody knows it's coming, can I go into what I don't like and maybe you can agree?
Yeah, like it might be the same points. I just listened to the Idle Thumbs.
The combat is boring as fuck.
Okay.
I don't like shooting just like cops. That's so boring.
It kind of feels a little weird. Yeah, like it's just like, well, I just, murdering all these guys. Like you just feel more powerful.
Well, I get it because it's like, bad cops because they're following this dude with bad morals or something.
Right.
But more than anything, like splicers were kind of cool.
Like they were nutted out, like they were insane. They were like cracked out crazy people. So it's just like, well, they're gonna kill me.
It was like playing Condemned, just like a bunch of crack addicts coming at you with like a pipe. That was the splicers. That horror element, like the
Idle Thumbs talks about this. Like that game was a horror game. This game is not at all. Like they're not sure what it is.
This game is a shooter.
This is a high adventure like action shooter thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I will say, like that turn though, like. You know how the game starts with just kind of you exploring a bit, looking around. It's really like a theme park. Like it felt like I was in a theme park and it was kind of like guiding me through the haunted mansion or something. But
the rest of the game feels like that too, though. Like that doesn't really go away. Just spoiler alert, it stays kind of with that cool feel.
Right, but then it also has a shooting gallery. Like this first bit is literally just like, oh, what's that over there? And then you kind of wander over there and look at the confection shop or whatever, or you wander over to the thing and find some coins or something. Like you're just kind of wandering around this town and looking at weird cloud city thing floating around and everything. And it was kind of neat. But that turn where it just went like violent, like you're at that big kind of rally thing and you're
No. See, I like that. That was cool. Where it's just like, whoa, this is getting fucked up now. Cause yeah.
But that's the thing, like, it can only do that once, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of and I kind of wish it was paced a little different or something, cause immediately a couple movies came to mind. Total Recall and Django Unchained.
Sure. And,
Sorry. Have you seen both of those?
I haven't seen Django, that's why I said, Total Recall, yes. I know what you're talking about, where that, like, crux that happens within maybe 10 or 15 minutes in, maybe should have been pushed to 3 hours or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying for this game, because, like, since we're talking about a larger experience, in a movie it kind of makes sense, because you got, like, 2 hours, budget a certain amount of time, percentage or whatever, to setting up stuff, and then it has a hard turn, and you're just like, oh, dude. Because, the reason Total Recall came to mind is because it also involves horrible things happening to a man's face. Like, dude gets stabbed with that armrest thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, it just goes, like, from zero violent to, like, hyper violent in a second. And it's just kind of like, whoa. And then the rest of the movie kind of falls from that.
Well, Total Recall was weird because it was just kind of like 20 minutes to half an hour of just kind of learning who this guy is and following him around while he does his life.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, that's all wrong. Crazy turn. And the rest of the movie is that.
And it's like, is this a dream? And but it kind of does it kind of poorly, but it's supposed to be like, oh, is this real? Like, this game opens with a quote that kind of put me in that mindset right away. Like, I was in a Total Recall kind of space, because it's like, sometimes the subject creates memories where there's gaps or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, weird. So am I like a clone or something? Or am I like have I been experimented on, or am I missing stuff? Like, what's going on? Like, what's this dude's deal? So I was immediately kind of thinking, like, this probably isn't happening, or parts of this aren't happening, or, like, whenever he's in his office or whatever, like, the weird flashback stuff, like, that probably isn't real. Like, I'm just questioning what's really going on.
I kind of don't like those parts, the flashback thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what the big thing is with that yet. I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll turn out to be amazing.
Right. That's the thing. Like, I'm still, like, despite it really devolving into, like, yo, shoot all the dudes, like, really quickly, I'm still like, well, I want to see where this is going, and it does look pretty, and whatever, so okay. But it's definitely, like, I'm definitely raising my eyebrow at some of the stuff that's being said in relation to this game, because it's just like, dude, it's like you shoot the guys, like, the guys' heads fly off all over. Like, this is not a big step in any like forward direction. I haven't met Elizabeth yet, though. Apparently, that's where a lot of the character business comes in. But I don't know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that sounds like it would even clash further for me, because it's just like Disney Princess meets Total Recall. What? Why would you ever combine those things? But okay.
Well, okay. You know? Without getting into spoilers for the first 2 hours, I guess you can. I don't think you even can. Really?
What is there to spoil? Like,
well, because at this point I can't even spoil anything, and I'm just like marginally further than you.
It's not.
Guess what? You're going to get Elizabeth. You meet up with her eventually, and then stuff happens after that I'm not sure of, which is why we can't spoil anything.
Yeah, like years of marketing materials have kind of just let me know everything about that stuff. Like it's like this is you're rolling with Elizabeth the whole time. There's some big thing chasing you, right? Like it's on the cover. It's on the reversible cover. There's that weird winged.
It's not even chasing you until you meet up with her, though.
Okay.
So that is, I think, like her big daddy, like keeping her prisoner or whatever.
Or something.
Yeah.
There's a connection. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I was a little weirded out by how much violent stuff precedes you having this mission to protect this girl. Like I was like, oh, that'll be why you're fighting people, is because there's crazy people trying to stop her. And then it's just like, no, also you're like a heretic or something, so everyone just hates you because they're like a brainwashed society or something. But it's just like, even then, like some stuff I've done makes me just like, man, Booker DeWitt's just not a cool person. Like I went into a house and there was a lady describing a criminal to a policeman, and he was like sketching it, and then suddenly she turns, sees me, screams, and then I immediately murdered all 3 cops. And then just left. Like, it was just like, I don't, like, and then there was nothing in there. Like, it was just, I just broke into this person's house and then shot everyone.
Okay, see, it's kind of weird, because the part you're talking about, the house you're talking about, I snuck in there, snuck around behind them, and, like, was just checking stuff out, and then walked out, wasn't seen.
Oh, man. Like, whereas I guess I'm just treating it like, well, it's just an action shooter anyway, so whatever. Like, I'll just walk up to anybody, and then once they freak out, which they will, I will kill them.
Did you have the couple that helps you?
I had the couple that asked me about the coin flip.
No, the couple that helps you. You go into a house and they're looking for you, hide in here.
Oh, yeah. No, that happened.
Yeah, like, so, I mean, they're not all completely crazy, but...
They gave me that shield juice or whatever, and now I have a shield.
No, I'm not talking about them specifically, but there's another just random house you can go into.
Okay. I've definitely, like... There's been a time or two where I'm just like, do I want to leave the area? Well, yeah. But, like, knowing there's probably stuff to backtrack to, but it's just like, I don't want to backtrack. Like, come on. Let's just get out of here. Like, even that, there's an early, like, side quest thing where there's a key for a treasure chest.
And have you gotten it? Do you know where it is?
I was just like, no, I don't care.
It's quite a bit further ahead. It's, like, when you're doing the main story stuff.
Oh, you'll run into the treasure chest?
No, you'll run into the key, and then I'm just like, I'm not going back.
No.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I got the key, like, way later, and I was like, really? I don't want to go back there. Let's just go. Like, this is a roller coaster. I'm not going to get off the roller coaster to go get some snacks and then eat them and then come back to get on the, like, that's just dumb. Let's just keep rolling. So I don't know. I just didn't even think about it. Like, to the point where, I didn't even really think about it. And then after I'd left the area, I was like, oh, wait, I probably totally will never see that treasure chest again, huh? Oh, well. So, whatever.
I am curious what's in there.
Yeah, now I guess I won't know unless I replay it, but I don't know. We'll see. Like, if I might just to, like, tinker with some of the variables in there or something. Like, I've heard, like, specifically that coin flip thing, I guess it can go the other way, but Booker chooses for you.
Yeah,
so
I didn't like that. I hated that he chooses for you.
Yeah, like, sometimes the character just kind of intervenes for you, and you're just like, shut up, Booker. This is me. I'm playing.
This is the exact same problem we had with
Far Cry.
With Far Cry, where it's trying to let you be the person, but the person is also a person in this world.
So, like, Jason Brody is just like, I have something to say on this, and you're just like, shut up.
And you're just like, no, you don't. You want to go just like on a hang glider.
Yeah, that's your all you care about right now is getting a bunch of boars so you can get that leather. Like that's your real mission. He's like, oh, I'm so worried about my sister. It's like, no, you're not, because I'm not, and I'm the guy. So, ugh, yeah, a little bit of that. I've heard it's kind of it would be more awkward with the way they pair up with Elizabeth if he wasn't speaking. Like you'd have an Alex Gordon thing where it's just like, hey, did you see that? Stone cold silence. Yeah, let's go. And you're just like, how? What is happening? Like she's talking to a mute. Like this makes no sense. So I'm guessing that's why they did that. But yeah, no real solid conclusions on it yet. I will say, like, I have been seeing some blog articles pop up that are like, man, this game's really violent. And having played like just 2 hours of it, yeah, it's pretty violent. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's just like the tone of like how many dudes, or that they're cops, or that it's daytime and there's just red blood flying everywhere. But it's like Quake or something. It's pretty crazy. Not quite Gibbs, but heads everywhere.
Yeah.
Heads. And setting dudes on fire like it's nothing. Like I powered up my spinning like a skyhook thing with like a firepower.
Yeah.
It just does bad things to people. And crows eating dudes, like that just is casually in there. Like that's just a thing.
I don't use that.
Okay.
At all, really.
Yeah,
but
the fingers.
I have noticed that they seem to really like the like, okay, so this is how you use it normally, and it's just kind of like a projectile, and now this is a trap.
Yeah, hold it down, and there'll be a trap.
That's all. That's
like
all there
every
is.
single one. It'll like there's a possession trap. So if they step on it, then they'll become possessed. And it's like, why would I ever do that? I'll just possess them. Like, why would I leave it in hopes that someone will get possessed later when I'm not around? Like, it's just weird. Also, with the possession thing, like horrible suicide animations for every dude.
Yes.
Like, depending on what gun they have. Like, it was like The Happening or something. Like, dude's just bludgeoning himself to death. And I was like, oh man, dude.
I do like that though.
Yeah. It's just crazy though. Like, I hope they like recognize at some point how nutty everything that's happening is, because it seems just so hyper ridiculous. But yeah, it's strange. It's a weird thing. And I mean, some of it's obviously supposed to be like the time anachronistic, like the music from other timelines.
Sure.
Like music from the future today. Or just like, religious propaganda everywhere, like the little videos you watch, like the little flicker shows.
And the crazy racism.
Yeah, just overt racist stuff. Political political heroes worshipped as gods, like stuff like that. Like it's definitely playing around with the absurd purposefully, but some of it also just seems like, oh, okay, this is the one thing that I just feel like you guys just screwed up and made a bad decision. Like 2 hours, is all I have to really look at. But there was a thing that just bothered me so much almost immediately. When you first meet Booker, you go into that lighthouse and then there's a basin of water there.
Mm-hmm.
You look into it, and that's the first time. That's how they basically are like, here's what Booker looks like.
Yeah.
In this reflection. Here's this puddle of water. There he is. Like 10 minutes later, I'm in a flooded church with like water everywhere. I look down. There's no reflection of you. There's reflections of everything else except Booker. And I was just like, really? Like, come on. Like, why don't I have a model to look at? Like, it just seemed like lazy video game thing that they kind of set themselves up for like me criticizing, because they've established that water is reflective and then it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anyone else like nitpick about that, but for some reason that just really like annoyed me. And then later, I stepped in front of a film projector and it didn't cast a shadow.
Oh my god!
And it did.
Okay? Yeah, you can talk to Aaron about that because we were playing it together. Yeah. And I harped on that for a good 5 minutes. I'm like, this is the worst game ever made.
Right. Like, how do you have a thing there in the environment and then it doesn't behave like real things?
Well, the thing is, I didn't even like accidentally just go past it. I stepped right in front of it because I wanted to see if it would work.
I wanted to see my shadow.
I know.
Like if it's, to me, part of it just felt like maybe it's since that Calvin French discussion where he's talking about the interactivity of an environment. But I did walk up to a chair too and it's just like, oh, you can't sit in it. It's bullshit. And
like stuff like that I didn't really care about because
chairs, like that whatever. I was kind of more joking about, but then like later I was like just encountering these kind of weird things where it's like, well, there's a film projector. Like naturally, whenever I'm in a theater, I want to cast a shadow on the screen just to be a jerk. because I don't know. I go to movie theaters a lot. I'm bored sometimes, and I can't do it. I can't live out that fantasy of casting a shadow on the screen. What's that about? It's just, I don't know. Again, nitpicky, but it just seems weird.
It is nitpicky. I want to ask you primarily.
They have so much detail on everything else, and then like that stuff doesn't work. So it's like that, that kind of what is it? The Uncanny Valley thing, but in a different way, like a mechanical way.
Sure.
Like it's like everything else looks so lush and like
It's so close for this environment being like a place I could touch and be in that when you can't do little things, it's weird.
Yeah. And especially like that, there was like a priest dude in the water, standing in the water in that church. He had a reflection.
Yes.
It's like, what's going on? Like, how do you like playtest this for 4 years and never go, wait a minute, should we have like Booker visible? No, it's a bad idea. Like, how did that happen? Like, they spend so much time polishing like the skyhook mechanics or like the amount of vigors and all this combat stuff, and it's just like, why wasn't this on there? Like, nah.
I'm gonna feel like a bad person, but I hate the skyhook.
Oh yeah? Like,
I can't stand it. I think it's the worst part of the game so far, going around on the skyhook and being all disoriented and stuff. I hate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, can you go back on it, or is it just like basically a one way?
No, you can go back. There's a button you can push to start going the other way, but
okay.
I hate it so much, and I think the reason is because it ruins a lot of what Bioshock meant to me, the first one, where like I would meticulously go through every room and look at every corner and see the crazy stuff happening in Rapture.
Right.
And this is just kind of like, oh no, you don't care about all this stuff. You just want to go from this point to this point because storyline.
Oh no, dude, it definitely contributes to the roller coaster feel, because it's like almost literally a roller coaster. Like, it's just like, why would you hang around in this this super detailed place? Just jump on the rail and get out of here. And you're just like, okay. And I'm doing that, and I feel like I'm blasting past like tons of stuff people worked on, but it's like, your game is telling me to keep going, so I'm just going to keep going.
And I'm disappointed because I go up to every door and I want them to open.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The thing is, I'm disappointed because I do like what it's doing.
Right.
So the fact that they couldn't push it that little extra bit to make it something really spectacular is kind of irritating.
That there are automated doors just seems weird to me.
I don't like that either. Yeah.
Like, it's extra amusement park. Like, it's like, is this a house or like part of some set or something? Like, why did that door just open with video game magic? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't know. Like, it's part of it's also like, this is me playing it on a pretty souped up PC. So part of it's just like, wow, PC, man. Like, part of my enjoyment is just like seeing how good this stuff can look, just textures and lighting and all this stuff that I haven't seen on a console in a while.
Right.
So like, that's kind of impressing me, but like the actual stuff I'm doing just isn't really doing it for me in the same way. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think back to like how I felt about Bioshock when it came out. Like, what I liked it, but I wasn't like super rabid about it. But like, yeah, I can't really say whether this is doing more or less for me. Like, that underwater claustrophobic thing is a lot of things people are kind of saying like contributed. Like, actually, the 2/4 to 3 review is pretty interesting. It's the lowest review of Bioshock Infinite out there.
Go figure.
But like, it's not him being disingenuous. Like, he's like, you should play it, but like, it's just like, he kind of goes at it like from kind of this view of the Unreal 3 engine is perfect for a game like Bioshock. It's not really helping for Bioshock Infinite, because it does like, with like the texture popping and all this stuff, it does small environments and fluids and stuff really well. So an underwater like claustrophobic thing, that's awesome. But if you try to do wide open scale with it, it's not built for that, and it kind of shows here and there. Like, it's not meant for that.
Well, see, the weird thing is, if you like Bioshock 1,
yeah,
Bioshock Infinite is almost the polar opposite in a lot of ways, because there's not that feeling of like, I want to see everything, because there's a railway system to get you from point A to point B on the path you need. There's no claustrophobia because you're in the middle of the air. It's wide open. Everything is fine that way. It's not scary because you're not dealing with coked out like atom heads or whatever they call it.
Like, this society is still there. Like, it hasn't fallen. It more feels like you're just like messing up a parade day or something.
It's kind of like Hot Fuzz, where it's just like,
oh, like you crashed this weird town,
this weird cult town that like
just
There's
doesn't want you
never
there.
accidents because people just die or whatever.
Yeah.
There's never deaths because people have accidents or whatever, but it's like a cult.
Right.
And you just kind of wandered in, and then all of a sudden people don't like you, so what do? You kill everybody.
No, I hadn't thought of Hot Fuzz at all, but you're right. Like, you're totally Nicholas Angel, like, walking in there with just, like, tons of shotguns on your back, and everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then you just start shooting everything. And you're insane. Like, you're ruining everything. You don't have the justification of you're a cop, though, in this. You're just some crazy guy. Like, you're just, I don't know, some Pinkerton agent? Like, what is it?
Well, we don't know if you have any real reason
to be there. Yeah. So there's enough mystery to definitely make me kind of want to play it again. The only reason to be clear, I didn't like get to 2 hours and go like, oh, I'm so out of this. It was I had to leave. Like, I had to go to class or whatever.
See, like, we've been shitting on it a lot. I still really like it. I really want to see where it goes.
Like, I still want to see it through. Like, it's definitely got some, like, I don't know. I was like feeling the pace too. Like, it was just like, well, let's just keep throwing stuff at me. And let's
the pacing is fantastic.
Yeah, like it's reminding me of kind of like of some of my favorite parts of Half-Life 2 in terms of just keeping the party going. Like, let's just keep going, just go. There's more stuff.
Sure, where Half-Life 1 would have its like weird little pauses to do some weird puzzle or something.
Or something like this is like, you know, city set like Raven Home or something. Like, it's just like, no, there's constantly stuff. You want to keep looking around and doing stuff. Although Raven Home again is more of a horror thing, so I guess it's more like the you fighting Combine, City 17 type business.
Yeah.
No, that's like weird cult kind of thing, like dudes monitoring your actions and stuff, but there it's cops, and here it's this. Oh, that's the other thing though. Thumbs brought up a great point. Like, in Bioshock, it's like a fallen society where it kind of makes sense that you're looting everything because it's all broken.
Sure. Here,
it's like, who's this crazy hobo like going through all the garbage cans?
Yeah.
Because like I'm still going through every single container and getting like $5 or something.
Totally.
Apple.
I almost have that achievement for getting change from weird places.
Yeah, but like I don't know if there's a good reason for it, but like, it would just be so weird because this is like a functioning society. Like, there's people everywhere, and you're just kind of like not being nonchalant at all. You're just sticking your hand into a garbage can and pulling out $1.
Yeah,
like it's just like this is weird. Why is this happening? Or also, why is there money in the garbage? Like, people have been pointing that out on Reddit like nonstop.
You know what's weirder?
Like, open treasure chest, there's $1.
No,
open,
you look on a park bench, bag of chips, totally eating it.
Chips, like just lying there.
Well, just whatever. There's like an apple sitting here, so I'm gonna pick it up off the ground and eat it.
Yeah, and I'm at full health. I don't care eating all these pies. Like, it kind of reminded me of like the most absurd stuff that happens in Skyrim, where you've been kind of hoarding carrots this whole time or something, and then you're like, oh, pause, got to eat a bunch of food. Like, it's just like he's eating more food than any human should.
Or the cheese wheel guy that just threw them all down a hill.
Yeah. Or yeah, like just messing around with like real plausibility. Like, it looks like that's a pretty well rendered bag of chips or like an apple or something. But if you actually think like how many apples has Booker DeWitt eaten, this is nonsense. Like, this is just really silly. Like, fighting game, like, or beat 'em up silly, where you punch a garbage can and there's like a steak in there. Like, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm still going to go ahead and say I don't feel burned on my $60 purchase at all, and I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, no. I look forward to going back and playing some more of it. And it does some nice kind of production design stuff.
Well, I was going to say, you can't take away that, like, even though they polished it for 4 years or whatever you were saying, and they missed this dumb shit.
Yeah.
Dude, they polished it real good in a lot of spots.
Yes, soft lighting stuff and just like weird. Like, a lot of the environments seem like purposefully like this is here to kind of make you question like how weird the society is, or to kind of flesh out this weird place.
Sure.
And that's cool. Like, Columbia is an interesting place. I don't know about Comstock or whatever. Like, I'm not sure what his deal is yet. Like, how far are you? Did you say? How many?
I have Elizabeth and lost her again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really like once those other narrative things happen, like, or I'm not sure. I've heard there's like people keep kind of saying vaguely about like there's some really cool set pieces, like a museum or something at some point that I should check out or whatever. Like, yeah, like I'm still definitely in for the rest of it. It's just I'm not sure whether I'll come out the other side being like, oh man, yeah, this is a big step for video game storytelling, or I'll just be like, what the hell, dude? This is like the weirdest mashup of stuff. Like, yeah, Total Recall, RoboCop, but also Tangled is in there. or something. Like just a weird mix of stuff.
Sure.
So I don't know.
I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
You know what I'm not enjoying though?
What?
Vanquish.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not sure why. Like I was just like, hey, a dumb shooter. I think there was a couple things. I had just seen a really kind of melancholy, slow movie, so I was like, let's contrast that with the fastest, dumbest video game I currently have.
Binary Domain.
But no, okay, it's like having played Binary Domain, like playing this after makes this worse because it doesn't have any of like that personality stuff that I liked. But it's still like got the dumb sci-fi shooter thing going for it.
Right.
But that part of it I don't care as much about. So it's like, where's Big Bo? We don't have that guy. We have this big guy who's like just an asshole. And you're just like, well, I don't want to hang out with this guy. Like, and your main guy, Dan, is like the dumbest idiot ever. Like, I think they're trying to riff on Solid Snake or something. Like, he's smoking all the time and he's got like this weird Iron Man suit or something. And he's just cracking jokes and being a smartass. But it's just horrible. Like, it's just like gruff voices, military guys using military jargon and trying to be cool. I can't stand
We're Oscar Mike.
so much stuff like that, or just like calling out like RPGs, like what's the Oscar Mike is on the move? Yeah.
Give me your roughest, gruffest voice right now.
Oh, but what do I say?
Say we're Oscar Mike.
Oh man, but like, okay, fine, we're Oscar Mike. But why would you say it like that?
That wasn't bad. Okay, like, what's something
Oscar Mike. That's it. They just have goggles or something. I don't know.
What's something someone would say in a voice like that?
How's about a slice of pie? Something like that.
How about a slice of pie?
Yeah, there you go. They wouldn't say that. I'm not sure what they'd say. Like, all they're saying is just yelling about how there's robots and things are exploding. Like, it's just, that's all. Like, it's just like, watch out! Like, just that. It's just that. And it's just nonstop fighting. It's just shooting robots. But I'm not sure, like, unlike Binary Domain, I don't care who the robots are or what they're doing. So I'm just like, I don't know, I'm shooting the red guys.
I'm going to go ahead and say I didn't really care about the robots either until it got to the end.
Well, but like that cutscene at least establishes like there's weird like they're people or something, like maybe they're sentient or something.
Right, also, but those robots they threw at you even after that cutscene were just drones for a long time. That's what I'm getting at.
Right, like but that's the thing. Like some of the shooting action in Binary Domain definitely got pretty tired. But like I cared enough about kind of the doofy story, like B-movie science fiction they were doing. This one is just going for like slick style and like fast-paced craziness, but not crazy enough to where I'm like really enjoying it. And in fact, some of the crazy stuff makes me angry at the game because it's like it has that weird dissonance thing where like Dan, while you're controlling him, can do these things, but as soon as it's QuickTime event time or cutscene time, he can do insane stuff. Like just run up a building and then like spin really fast and basically become a human drill and then go through a robot. And you're just like, why can't I do that all the time?
Wasn't Dan the name of the guy in Binary Domain too?
Now I'm just wondering if I retcon and
I think you did.
I did. His name is Sam.
Sam
in this game. It's Dan in Binary Domain.
My name is Sam, and I kill robots.
Yeah, my brain apparently just filed them in the same folder. But it's already full of stuff, and I just don't. Yeah, like as soon as I found out there's 5 acts to the game, I was just like, oh, I'm done. Like this is too much like a chore. Like I'm already upset and just want it to be over at like Act 3. So just forget it. So I just deleted it. Like it's a PlayStation Plus game. I'm still entitled to have it whenever I want, really. But
I'm still entitled to it.
I'm still entitled to it, but it's not. It was like not even worth it to download and time. I just was not having a good time. And like the Rocket Legs thing is like fun and whatever, but it almost seems like they added that a little later in development because like there'll be times where you're just like wide open hallway, let's go. Woo! And you just like rocket up really fast, and then you end up just having to wait for your squad. So you're just like, great, why did I get here so fast if there's nothing here waiting for me? And you're just like waiting at the bottom of an elevator shaft for your guys to come up. And it's just like, why is this game so fast if it's not like suited to be this fast? Like it's not as fast paced as you are. It gets so frustrating. And just dumb voice acting, tons of cutscene interruptions. Like Oh, okay. Like another example of like cutscene stuff not lining up with gameplay stuff. There was a sequence where like you're just fighting a bunch of dudes, and then cutscene happens. One of your guys is trapped like way up there, and there's dudes chasing him. And it's like, okay, well we gotta protect this guy. Kill all the dudes. There's no dudes in the area. Cutscene. There's like 50 dudes again, and they're chasing him. And you're just like, this is like a movie that's intercutting between like just the wrong footage. Like
That's
it makes
awesome.
yeah, it's just like this makes no sense with what I'm seeing. Like I just emptied this place, and then as soon as the cutscene starts, that is no longer the case. And also, we somehow care about this dude for some reason, even though like disposable squad members have been dying this entire time. But in cutscenes, Sam is really worried about them. Like it's just nothing makes sense, and I couldn't handle it. And I want to play Demon Souls, and that's a PlayStation Plus game, so I'm going to download that,
There you go.
and then I can return your copy, and all will be well. And Battle Royale as well. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Look at you go.
Possessions will be returned.
And then put in a box promptly.
Yeah. Oh, are you moving too?
Yeah, this week is
Okay,
the
right.
process.
Okay. Like yeah, just
It sucks.
I've borrowed. I haven't moved in so long. I don't know. It's almost kind of exciting, but I'm not sure. Maybe it will suck.
Yeah. Besides last year, this has been every year for the last, 6 years.
Oh, okay. I guess it could definitely lose its luster, yeah. Is it like just the packing and unpacking, or is it like getting rid of stuff? You have to stuff?
Everything. It's like getting either junk removal or renting something to do a dump run to get rid of broken stuff that was just in a storage room, finding a place for other stuff, seeing what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep, and just that whole thing, and being done with old landlords and the stupid fucking walk around because your landlord's a fucking idiot and all that sort of thing.
Security deposit stuff or what?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, exciting times, end of chapters.
End of an era.
Yeah.
Beginning
like
of a new one.
Song about changes. It's like that.
I see no changes.
Yeah, that one.
See no changes. Wake up in the morning, I ask myself, life worth living? Should I blast myself?
No, what? That's not Dave Bowie.
That's Tupac. That's Tupac. Tupac Shaker.
Well, he's dead, so I guess he took that advice, you know.
He did.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Rest
I'd
in
advise
peace.
against it. Was he 30? Is he one of those younger than 30 dudes?
I can't remember. I think so.
Okay.
He didn't technically take his own life, though.
No, he got shot. Yeah.
By Suge Knight.
Oh, dude, he was only 25. It's right in there.
We're older than he was.
Yeah, that's true.
We would have been dead right now if we were Tupac.
But we're not.
Pour one out. Pull all your 40s out.
Yeah. I think that probably 40s were legitimately poured out for this guy.
Oh, for sure. Or faux show. There we go.
Oh, but he died later, right?
Yes.
Like it was a year later?
Yes.
Yeah, 97. I watched a movie about that.
Which one?
Notorious?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the biopic. Yeah. Rap music. How do you feel about music, Paul?
I like music sometimes.
That new Daft Punk album?
Sure. I'm more excited about the new Queens of the Stone Age album.
Is that already out?
No, that's coming out in a month or two. I guess 2 months or whatever, but I'm excited about that. I mean, if we're going to keep on this train, pour one out for Chi Chang or whatever, bassist of Deftones. He died like 2 days ago.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I saw some Twitter stuff about that, but I was like, well, the official Deftones Twitter doesn't say anything about this, so I don't know. But okay.
So that probably just means that PR didn't want to, bring tragedy to the forefront.
Right.
For a dude that's been with them for like 20 some years.
Yeah. Just like, how do we succinctly say this in 140 characters without sounding dismissive or...
Oh, I got it. R.I.P. There we go.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
Just three letters.
Oh.
Brevity.
And then I was just watching that video that Nostalgia Critic did on Ebert. So much death, so much.
Yeah.
People are dying.
People are dying.
You know what that means? It's our time to stand up. People are dead, so now we have to take their place.
Oh, I thought you were going to quote another song or something. But
No.
Yeah.
No. So I got to get a bandana and start rapping on street corners.
Mm-hmm.
We got to find somebody on the East Coast to eventually shoot me.
What? No, don't.
I think that could be arranged, probably.
Well, they'll like follow the pattern exactly. You could be a peaceful rapper.
I guess,
Yeah.
but then how will you get the bitches and blunts?
There's got to be like, I mean, marijuana is legal first of all, right? So blunts are just everywhere, and the bitches, I'm sure some of them are peace loving folk. It's got to be true.
I don't think bitches are peace loving. Otherwise, they would not be called bitches.
Right. So just ladies.
They would be stand-up citizens.
Stand-up citizens who are ladies.
Stand-up citizens.
Oh, peaceful rapping. I love that. That is things I enjoy at this cafe.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to this at my Starbucks, getting my venti cappuccino.
Yeah, I've been to Starbucks a couple times this week. It's not bad.
There you go.
I got this caramel macchiato. It's tasty.
I got the caramel macchiato.
Yeah, there's also a lot of calories in there for a beverage, but
I don't like it as much, honestly.
Caramel?
The macchiato. I think I'm just done with it. I had a lot of it back when Starbucks was kind of a new thing.
Oh, okay. I guess I was mostly getting my macchiatos over at the Second Cup, Canada.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
Or the fraps.
That was, I think that was just a drink my mom really liked when we'd go to a mall or something.
That was my thing too. Yeah, and
I'll
then
try it.
Yeah, you would take a sip of hers and be like, "This is mine now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like just black coffee there or whatever, it's just not the thing. Pike's Place roast or whatever, or Second Cup. I don't know what their default coffee's called. Coffee, probably.
Yeah, probably just coffee.
Well, just coffee.
Although if you're in Boston, it's probably coffee.
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 So we're gonna talk about the Boston thing now.
I think so.
Okay.
Is that okay? Can we?
No, that's totally fine.
Hey, I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
What if we brought somebody in to this call right now
to discuss Boston?
That was part of it today.
That was part of it. Okay. What?
Well, that was there.
What? I hope. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So this is Black Tea China Cup, as you know online, or Katie. Hi, Katie. How are you doing?
I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying you were at the marathon today.
I was at the marathon today. I went there quick before work just to see some friends finish. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what exactly happened while you were there?
Well, basically all I really did was I went in. I was just kind of sitting there watching, and I was about to walk away because I really had to go to work. And then I all of a sudden just really loud noise and shaking is all I really remember because I was terrified, startled, and fell over. And turned around and there's just explosions everywhere. There's smoke. There's people that lost limbs. And it was just a terrifying thing. I really remember it more like watching a shitty movie, like a terrible, horrible movie than
Katie, I hate to interrupt you. Could you pause your stream? I'm just getting an echo in my headset, so it's a little hard to hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, my bad.
No problem. So, yeah, kind of a crazy scene down there, huh?
Yeah, no, it was pretty intense.
Now, how close were you to what happened?
Not close enough to get hurt, but I was still pretty much right there. I just saw the smoke, and it was close enough for me to get toppled over because I wasn't, bracing for an explosion at the time. So I got knocked over by it and was just very startled, and everyone took off. That was the scariest part of it was just the immense confusion that happened right away and all the blood at the same time.
Oh. There's been a bunch of videos hitting the internet, but I just haven't looked at any. It just seems like that's just too morbid curiosity thing. I don't know why I'd be doing it, but yeah, there's definitely been pictures and stuff. But
yeah.
Was anyone that you knew or are close to hurt?
Not personally. My friends were running it just for fun. They're not great athletes, so they were not finishing first or anywhere close to it. And they just honestly didn't finish. They ran the other way once they heard the explosions. And then it wasn't soon after. I think I was on my way home when the JFK library got blown up.
Okay, so there was an explosion at the library? I'd heard there was like a fire or something, but I wasn't sure what that was.
Yeah, that was another explosion.
Okay, but it was evacuated and such prior?
No one was hurt at it. I'm not sure if this is... I'm not sure if it...
Just like I was just watching like everything unfold on Twitter, so there was people just saying like, "Hey, also there's been reports that the JFK library is not safe. Like, don't go there." I was like, "Oh, weird," and like people were retweeting that and just kind of trying to warn people away from the area. So I guess there was at least a bit of gap between something happening and people knowing that it was not a safe situation.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was about 20 or 30 minutes later that after the first explosions that there's an explosion at JFK, and actually, my boss is in the National Guard, so he was actually deployed out that way when I was getting to work, and he was talking about what the Army was telling him, and it was a crazy thing.
That's some crazy stuff that happened, huh?
Yeah, very much so.
Is it like a university library, or is it just its own?
I know it's a city library. It's got most, like, anything. If you want to read anything, it's at JFK. It's very renowned. At least, from Korea.
Yeah.
No, people are speculating North Korea. That seems a little small time for North Korea's threats, don't you think?
I think so. I didn't think it was North Korea. And some people were saying it was like Al-Qaeda and stuff, and I don't even think that. I think it was some wacko in the States just being a wacko. Like, by all means, I'm not trying to, like, play it down. Like, it was terrible and, like, nothing I ever want to go through again. But for just the sheer point of blowing up the Boston Marathon, I don't feel like that would accomplish anything as major as, like, Al-Qaeda or North Korea could do.
Right, exactly.
Just make sense as a political... Yeah, I haven't really seen much idle speculation on it. A lot of people are just like, well, we're waiting for investigators to say, like, we just don't know. So there's just been a lot of kind of shrugging and not uncertainty going on. But, And then I guess Reddit's had its own kind of thing. Like, it was the big controversy there was it was pulled off the world news page when it first happened. So everyone's angry at that. It's like it was a world event, like an international thing. Like, why is there this weird bias against American news? But yeah, that's its own pot of whatever stew. I don't know. We don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. We're not really like a political news people, so it's just a strange thing to happen. But
yeah, and I don't think any of us are in a position to guess what happened, like who caused it.
Right. No, they arrested one guy, but they aren't sure he did it at all. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's just a race thing because he is a Middle Eastern man that just happened to be there and looked guilty at the time. But they've already released. They have no idea if he actually did it. He's just in custody right now, and they're still looking into it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's still the first day of this whole thing, so a lot of information still has to come out.
A lot of news will come out, and half of it will be false, but eventually something will come out, and people will be happy with it. So.
Right. Well, people are already posting newscasters kind of all the fear mongering is starting with some of the questions they're asking, the way they're pitching it, but generally the tone of it I've seen is a little more conservative than I would think. So they're a little more kind of wait and see. We're still mainly concerned with just getting people to hospitals and everything. So,
exactly.
And also calls for donating blood and whatnot, because there was a lot of, I guess, severed limbs and whatnot.
Well, when an explosion goes off, it's always the shockwave and everything around it, not the actual explosive area, right? That does the damage.
Injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that lost limbs though. We saw a couple of guys that just were missing their leg. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in person in my life.
Yeah.
Just getting rushed by us and stuff.
So, maybe paint the scene for us. I've never been in near something like that. Not to say that this was 9/11 or something huge, right? But it was still big enough that it was kind of traumatizing. Maybe just paint the scene of what that was like.
Well, it was at first it was just any other big event you ever seen. There's just people running down ready to cross the finish line, and all of a sudden, like I said, I turned just to walk away thinking, oh, just another thing, and there's like this deafening, I didn't even know what it was. It was terrifying, and you just hear this deafening roar of something, and then just stuff like landing everywhere, just all the what debris it kicked up. And I had fallen over and not noticed just because I was so confused, and I'd whipped myself around. In between that and the tremors, I had knocked myself over, and I was getting one guy fell over me because he was running away, and like everyone was trampling over each other, and then there's just screaming, and then there's blood everywhere, and like you're looking around, and like I'm trying to help my friend up, and I went to help this other guy up, and we're looking around just to help people and trying to keep people from trampling each other, and we're seeing people like with like their legs missing, like there's just like the bone that's in their shin and nothing else, just like protruding out of their leg, and it was it was horrible.
Jeez.
And then just we all freaked out and just started running away, trying to find like the nearest place to go and not be there.
It's kind of hard to transition, but what do you think about Roger Ebert dying last week?
How did you do that? It's like the hardest shift ever. Okay. So anyway,
I consider it a sad thing, I guess, because there's no such thing as a happy death, but I never really paid much attention to Roger Ebert, and he was very old anyway.
Yeah.
I was not someone that checked.
Declining.
Okay. Right. What do you think of Bioshock Infinite?
I really want to get it. I haven't gotten it yet. I love Bioshock itself, and I've heard great things and terrible things about it. So I just want to kind of look at it myself. It looks really.
Like part of it's just there's been so much conversation about it. It's just like, well, I want to in on this.
Right. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us and relaying your experience for people to listen to, and we will talk to you later.
Thank you.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't even know.
Yeah, just from what I've been hearing, like movies definitely pop to mind too, but it's just that's not like that. Can't be comparable to actually seeing something like that happen. So I can only imagine, but yeah.
Yeah, because like I've been working at the airport for a while, and we've had weird things come through. We've had like
threats come in and stuff.
We've had bomb scares quite a few times, like evacuations. We've had weird, like dangerous goods leaking, like radioactive material in the back. We've had like there's always like the weird person that's trying to sneak by every now and then.
Like just suspicious.
Yeah.
Going on.
So like you're trained to just like be calm and stuff. And like, well, you're told like if this happens, these are the procedures, do all this stuff, notify these people, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. I don't think I could do it. If shit hit the fan, I don't think I could do it. The last bomb scare we got, there was a vibrating package in the mail. So we had to evacuate, and in the other warehouse right beside it, like we have two warehouses. We have an international side and a domestic side. And the domestic side, that's where the mailbag was kind of vibrating and making a weird tick sound.
Oh, okay.
We found out later it was a digital alarm that was going off. So it was shaking and like beeping or whatever, or ticking or whatever it was doing, but it was so muffled it sounded like a sort of thing instead of
Right.
So just like the classic bomb sound. But
it's just like better safe than sorry kind of thing.
Right, exactly. But then like the whole building had to be evacuated because in our other side, the warehouse I work in, we had like 24 tons of explosive material ready to ship. So if that was a bomb, that whole area would have been gone.
You just been like fuel and stuff, or
no, like charges, like detonators, like bombs.
You were like shipping bombs.
Well, blasting caps, yeah, for mining.
Yeah, for mining. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
I guess there's legal bombs and then there's not good bombs, but okay.
Yeah, so it was like blasting caps, like detonators, and there was 24 tons of them. I mean, to put in perspective, do you know how big a skid is? It's 4 feet by 4 feet, a wooden skid. They're built up to about 5 feet, like just maybe a bit below, like at your chest area. They're built up, and they're probably like maybe 50 boxes on each, and we had, I think, 100 of those.
100 skids?
No, like 100 boxes.
100 boxes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 100 skids with 50 boxes each.
We couldn't fit
insane. That. Yeah, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to transition into any lighter topic or whatnot.
One time there was cocaine in shirts.
In shirts?
In shirts.
Well, like, you mean just, like, wrapped up in t-shirts, or...
Okay, so there'd be, like, this giant box. There was, I think, 3 of them, or maybe 5. I can't remember. It was either 3 or 5 of these giant boxes. We get them all the time. They're shirts. And they're like, pressed, folded, and in the plastic or whatever, and they're stacked in the box.
Mm-hmm.
In between, like, if you unfolded a shirt, like, took out the plastic and unfolded it, there was a thin layer of cocaine in a bag. Each shirt. So that was kind of crazy. That took a couple hours out of our day.
Like smuggling dude.
Smuggling dude. That's right.
Smuggling dudes. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to...
You got it. Hold on to it.
Okay.
It's
well,
coming.
like, you mentioned Ebert briefly, but I just kind of was, like, thinking back to movie stuff and whatnot. Sure. But, like, did you end up seeing The Evil Dead this week or no?
I didn't. No, I didn't have time to. And I had pink eye.
Oh, no. That's never fun.
And by had, I mean have. I'm getting over it now.
Okay. That's an unpleasant thing to have.
Have you ever had pink eye?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
It does. It's not fun.
I have drops.
Yep.
Put them in my eye, and it burns, and then it feels so good after.
I was trying to remember. Like, I know I saw a relatively new movie that came out, but it must not have... Oh, right. Yeah, I saw Trance.
How was it?
Danny Boyle movie. Apparently kind of unmemorable.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think. Like, it was okay. I went into it kind of just with like, oh, it's going to be like a crazy psychological thriller or something with some style and weird stuff in it. And yeah, like that's mostly what it was. But
sure.
It's, it's about like hypnotherapy and like kind of remembering a heist that happened in order to kind of find the stuff that was stolen.
Okay.
Is kind of the main thing.
So it's like Stir of Echoes.
Maybe. I haven't seen that, but people tell me it's good.
No.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. But no, it's not really that good.
Okay. Well, like maybe it's similar to this then. Like, it's fine, but it's not, you don't need to see it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like Vincent Cassell is kind of a tough art thief guy. James McAvoy is a dude that works at the gallery who was kind of in on it, but then there's all manners of twists and turns. Like, did he have his own thing going on? Is he just crazy? Like, what happened? Is he working with someone else? Like, what? Like, it's a movie that deliberately is trying to kind of twist and turn around and confuse you. And I guess ultimately where it ended up going, I wasn't really expecting all of that. So it was like, yeah, okay, you got me. You pulled one over. That was okay. Mm-hmm. Like Rosario Dawson is also there. She does a pretty good job. And like I just like I'm not trying to be like frat boyish or crude or whatever. Crazy amount of nudity, like just like full pan up the whole body. Just hey, check that out. So if you're a fan of Rosario Dawson specifically for how she appears as a person, maybe check out this movie. It has stuff for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say I am.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just
What about you?
Public service for people out there. Nah, I don't know. She's been a fun person in some stuff like
Clerks 2.
Or Clerks 2, yeah. Like she's been fine. She's been a fine presence or whatever, but I don't know. I've never really like she's not on that weird creepy list that none of us have of actresses we think are way hot.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, sure.
Is it because she's black?
I don't know. I don't think so, but
because for me, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know why, and I sound so racist saying it.
Yeah.
I have a harder time finding other, like, females of other races attractive.
Yeah, it's been a thing where it's like, I'm a little like it's like, man, am I just, like, was I just raised really weird or something? Like, okay, just full transparency a little bit. Have you, like, been like, no, I'm going to try seek out pornography with a different race just to know?
Yeah, I have.
Like, am I getting a boner right now? Not as much. I guess my boner, like my dick's racist, and I apologize.
Kind of like White Dog, only for genitals.
A little bit
white
like
dick.
White Dog. somehow, without us really being aware of it, we trained our dicks to only respond to certain stimuli, and we're just like, you know what? Like, we're racist now. I didn't want to be.
Is this a bad thing? Are we bad people?
I don't know. I hope not. Like, I'm at least we're being honest about it. But
It's not that I hate like women of other races.
yeah, no, just
Like, not at all.
I don't want to, just haven't really thought about going that extra step, with a lot of them.
You just haven't wanted to try the dark meat.
Yeah. Jeez. Like phrases like that just make everything sound weirder and grosser for me. But,
yeah.
Sum it up in just like a line. It's just like, ugh, maybe something is wrong. But anyway, yeah, that's definitely been a point of like, yeah, I've thought about this consciously before, and yeah, Rosario Dawson, if that's your thing, hey, Trance is in theaters now.
Okay, what is your thing? And keep in mind that your girlfriend is in the chat listening right now.
Okay, it is pale white with glasses, so it works out. But
Hendrix, just to say it. It's fine.
It's season 4 when she's just wearing glasses at the end of the show.
It's fine. Every single person in the world says it.
Right, I know, but like for me, it was like, all right, until she had glasses, it went that extra mile. Like it was just that's how profound it is, and I can only think like what were the formative years or whatever? Like was it
like some weird like librarian or something?
Yeah, like there's a librarian at my school that I half remember, but like she totally had glasses. Or just some show I watched or something. Like all of that, like there must have been a sweet spot of years of development where like that input kind of set the template for what I was looking for, and that is still true on like just like a deep psychological level. Like it's not like I don't know. Maybe it can be changed, but I'm okay.
But why? So. Yeah, why would you change it?
Yeah,
it's not like it's hurting anybody except for maybe a black woman that loves you.
Right. So if that had happened, broken hearts, that could happen. Heartbreaker.
That's right.
Yeah. Emotional grief.
Oh man, Nathan and the Heartbreakers Club.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on?
Yeah, I really don't know how to transition out of that.
Speaking of Christina Hendricks, Mad Men started again.
I haven't. Yeah, I've been so out of. I was talking TV with some coworkers before I left today.
Yeah.
They really want me to get into that Sons of Anarchy real bad.
I watched the first episode out of just curiosity.
They're saying it's really good.
It seemed fine. Like it was just like, man, this is a huge commitment. This is like several seasons of a show, and it's like an hour-long drama or whatever. But there's like like Ron Perlman, Katie Seagal.
Yeah,
there's people in there I like. So
yeah,
I don't. Have you looked into it or?
I haven't at all. Like the only thing I've seen is a little glimpse of a trailer on FX one time. I don't even know what it looks like how it's shot.
I do know that I was irritated with that show just for no good reason. The guy, like the showrunner of that show, was like trash talking Mad Men for some reason. And I was just like, well, screw you then. He's like, you don't even know. You haven't seen his show. Maybe his show's better. I was like, shut up, brain. Mad Men's great. Like, so I don't know. He just kind of got my fanboy rage going a little bit.
Also, one of my coworkers is really, really into the Once Upon a Time. So he's been raving about that.
Okay. Every time I see it like posted on Netflix or whatever, it looks like it just says once. And then I just go, wait, is this that indie movie from like 6 years ago about that song?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. It's some TV show. Like, is it fairy tales in modern times?
That's what he's saying, yeah. And I said, I'm not really into that. He's like, I know, but it's really good how they do it. So I said, well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. But also, they want me to get into the Duck Dynasty. They say the Duck Dynasty is pretty good. A bunch of rednecks with a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Is it like hunters or something? Like what is this? What do rednecks do?
Like one of the guys made his fortune or whatever.
So it's like Beverly Hillbillies, but real.
Like kind of. He made his fortune off of duck calls.
Okay.
Like selling them to like Bass Pro and stuff. And then the next guy and his family or whatever took it one step further and made a better one or some shit. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. So somehow the duck hunting industry was really lucrative for this one family.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
I just want to see a
Is
bunch
it a
of rednecks
reality
with a
show?
lot of money. Yeah, it's like
Reality?
Storage Wars.
Great. I mean, Storage Wars is pretty fantastic, so I'm willing to concede that there could be, like, reality television of some stripe that is worth your time,
Okay,
or at least
so-
it's entertaining.
I'm getting told Duck Dynasty is a lot like Jackass or Viva La Bam.
Okay.
So that
Available on UMD. Check it out.
yeah, it is actually
I know.
so weird. Remember UMD?
Barely, but that was a bad idea. I have super bad. I can see it from here.
I remember
that
wanting to
not
get Spider-Man for it.
It's the first one.
Yeah, John Spider-Man
John Spider-Man
of the Spider-Mans.
PSP. Watch that on the train.
Yep, exactly.
Great.
I have to take the train every now and then.
It's okay. I like the train.
I don't. I hate it.
Why?
I just don't. I hate it. I hate it in the morning. I get the morning rush. It's so bad.
Standing on it, or
There's so many people everywhere, and everybody's touching each other, and it's so gross.
you would not enjoy music festivals. They're really.
I have
packed.
been to many, and there's a reason I don't go to them anymore.
Okay. Too close, too intimate. They're just like, you got to get over bumping into people.
Okay, not the bumping into people. When we talk about music festivals, it's the fact that everybody's sweating on you.
Yeah.
It's so weird. There is that like refreshing part though, where you've been in the mosh pit or whatever, or in a crowded area, and like you just get used to it, and it feels like normal room temperature or something because you're just used to it at that point. And then you leave that area and just like have the wind hit you, and you are frozen. It's like your whole body was just in some mint gum.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Well, it's like because it's evaporating off your skin, right? That's what it
yeah,
has,
so weird.
the cooling effect. But okay, wait.
Ew.
So, Trains, Spider-Man, Viva La Bam, Duck Dynasty,
No,
TV shows.
it's pronounced Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Sorry.
Yep.
Where is it? Television. I don't know. I haven't caught up on the Game of Thrones that's going on right now.
I haven't either. I still have to watch season 2, but I know that when I watch season 2, it will be just like throughout the weekend and just finish it off because that's how I do things.
Right. Like, is it just more of a chore, or are you enjoying it?
Kind of, because I don't like I'm interested in how season 1 ended.
Yeah.
But not interested enough to go through like 100 hours
or something. Yeah.
Yes.
So, or like you mean read the books or something? Like, because that's the thing.
Oh,
Like,
I think
never.
I thought we
Yeah.
discussed this where I was just like,
I will
before you
never do
say
that.
anything, no, I'm not going to read it. Fuck off.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
care.
just like, well, why don't you just know? I have nowhere near enough interest in anything that's happening to assume that's worth my time.
There's almost not enough interest to sit me down in front of a television and watch it for an hour.
To watch the condensed version, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. Like, I like some of the characters, but they just keep piling on stuff that I just don't really want to see.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Television.
I got
Oh,
up
I
on
guess-
The Walking Dead too.
Walking Dead, yeah, like that hiatus break in season 3 was
It
also a good
ruined
opportunity
everything.
to be like, well, maybe we shouldn't watch this anymore.
Okay, so the mid-season break
Yeah.
is like when you were a kid, or even now if you ride a bike and you rode a bike up a hill
Mm-hmm.
and you feel good about yourself and you're ready to go take the plunge down the other side of the hill to get where you're going,
Mm-hmm.
but you just kind of don't want to. You just want to sit there for a little bit because
On the top of the hill, just kind of be like, it's nice up here.
Well, because I know everything from here down is just like fine. It'll be not conclusive necessarily, but it'll conclude a lot of stuff that I was wondering about
Mm-hmm.
on the way to the hiatus. Like, I don't care anymore. It's over. You ruined it. Just put it all out at once so I could watch it. Don't take a stupid break so I don't care anymore. I'm a busy guy. I have shit to do. I have Castle Crashers to play. Been playing that. I mean, that's it, but still.
Yeah, it's still a lot to do. It's a game.
Castle Crashers is a lot.
Yeah. Play it multiple times, level up your dudes. Like, whatever.
That's well, that'll happen in my spare time. I'm talking about the idiots recording. We're not going to do that multiple times.
Okay, yeah, no, that would get redundant.
Yeah.
But, I guess, yeah, I'm just trying to think through that show. Or, television, What was the? Oh, I guess we started. We've watched one episode. Prove a problem because I liked it quite a lot. That's
sorry, you cut out. So we started.
Just we were talking about shows like you're contemplating going down the Sons of Anarchy trail. Downton Abbey. Have you heard of that? People were talking about it.
You're going down that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We were just like looking for a show to watch, and we're just like, hey, how about this? British people.
Everybody I know that has watched it say, I know I sound like the gayest person ever, but I kind of love it.
Yeah, it's like just based off that first episode, it's kind of like Gosford Park, but like really expanded, which probably means nothing to most people. But that was a Robert Altman movie from like 12 years ago. That
it's a period piece, right?
Yeah, period piece.
Not interested.
Okay, really?
I don't like period pieces very much at all.
Like, there's lessons to learn from history.
I hate it. Fuck it.
Oh, what? Okay.
I don't like period pieces very much at all. When that's the center thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
okay. That's a big part of what makes Mad Men too.
Right, which is why
I wonder how all these characters are going to react to this big event I know happened in the 60s.
Sure, which is why I stopped watching after 2 episodes, even though everybody tells me that it gets better after season 1.
Right. Like, yeah, if that part of it doesn't interest you, like, oh, this is my parents' generation. I wonder what they went through.
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't care about that at all.
Okay. That won't help you then. Yeah, this is that, but in 1912. So, 100 years ago, what were those people concerned about? This electricity is crazy. Why would we put that in the kitchen? That makes no sense. Like, weird, that kind of dilemma. But also just class distinction stuff, like just like people who are totally comfortable with like, I'm going to be a butler for forever. And it's just like, what? Like, just like, as a person now, that's like so baffling to me that there were people who their whole lives were making life more comfortable for rich people. Like, that was their job, and they loved it.
And they loved it, of course.
Yeah, like that was all that was lucky, man. You got a job, that's crazy. Like that kind of thing. It was just different times. And just British actors being great. Maggie Smith is there. Hugh Bonneville, I guess, is the main guy. He seemed pretty cool.
We've been meaning to get into that American Horror Story for a while now.
I've seen the first season. I don't know how the second one. I guess they're supposed to be quite different each time.
I heard it's okay.
It's okay. It like kind of tries to find this awkward balance between like weird murders every week and then kind of a slow build up to something. But like it almost seemed like too much was happening. I think I've said this before back when I was actively watching it. Like it's just like it seems a little more and more implausible every week when there's like really heinous stuff happening. Like it's just like, well, another pile of corpses, and you're just like, how is this house not like shut down by now? Like, how does this happen without anyone noticing for this long? But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but maybe in a fun way. It was okay. I don't know about the second season. People have been saying good things. But
yeah, people always say good things about it, so that's why I want to try it out.
Good. There's a lot of good television out there. Too much, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's giant. They're just giant. Like they're like giant movies that just keep going forever.
I don't know. See, my thing is I don't know how into that I am anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of great if you find one that you're really into and you're just like, this is great. I'm going to watch this every week, or I'm going to wait for the end of this month or season. I'm going to download all of it and watch it all at once. It'll be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like the stuff like Duck Dynasty. Like, I haven't seen it yet, but the Storage Wars, where you can just throw it on and lose your brain for half an hour because it's been working overtime for 10 hours.
Right.
I kind of like that.
And then you don't really need to worry about, like, oh, well, what if I miss one? Like, it's just like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
No, dude, because then you're just like, why is Dave Hester not there? And then you find out it's because he's in a legal battle with A&E for some reason.
Right, but that's happening off screen. That's not on the show. It's not like the special lawsuit episode.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, if they're following up on that stuff on the side. Or
yeah, they're just in court. It's just like, yep.
God damn it. That guy, I don't know. I don't know if I enjoy him or not. Because you kind of need him there being silly. Like, egging on everybody, raising the bids for no reason. He's the most spiteful. Somehow. But, yeah. TV.
I kind of like him. He's the one that adds the drama for fun.
I like Barry.
I hate. Oh wait, no, I like Barry.
He's like Peter Fonda or something, man. It's awesome.
He's weird though, because he'll just buy a whole locker and just be like, "There's this one antique," and throw away all the other good stuff you could sell.
Right. There was one where he's like banking hard on there being something awesome in this one chest. There isn't, and then he's just like $0. This locker's a waste. And you're just like, what's in those other boxes? Who cares?
Well, the thing is, he could sell the chest he opened.
Yeah.
For like to get his money back, because those are expensive.
No, this one was like a piece of shit. It was old and terrible, like scratched up, dead. But yeah, it was more like banking hard on there being like gold or something. Like, yeah, when they swing for the fences and totally miss, I don't know. Something about that show. It totally has, like, it, and it's so formulaic. Like, every commercial break, you know exactly what's going to happen. But you're still like, yeah, I want to see what it is. I got to wait through this commercial.
Yeah, you're going to have, what the hell is it? What's the other guy's name that always goes against Hester? Daryl. Yeah, you have Daryl in a locker. He's just like, there ain't nothing good in here. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what's that? And then what is it?
Cut to commercial.
Come back. Oh, it's either like it's a weird collector's item or no, never mind, it's nothing.
That's a $50 bill all day long. Fucking guy.
Yep. Television's pretty good. Maybe too good, as we said. There's too much time suck. Like I don't know. I've been trying to think like what else recreational activities have been going on in a typical week. Like there's been a couple video games. I've been reading more books. That's been happening.
Okay. Which ones?
Like I'm almost done Cloud Atlas. Like that's still there. I have a pile of stuff also from the library. Idle Thumbs related stuff. They have their book club.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of try to go through some of those. One of them was way bigger than I was ready for, though. Telegraph Avenue is another, like, giant tome. And I don't know if I can do that right now. Like, because Cloud Atlas is pretty big. So, yeah. I'm enjoying that, though. Like, again, if you haven't seen, like, the movie, I don't know how to really compare the two without any context or whatever. But they're doing a lot of the same things. The movie does trim a few things in, like, one or two of the stories that adds some character to it, but not essential. So I still feel pretty good about how they adapted it.
Right.
But there's some things that are like structurally related to the way the book unfolds that kind of only make sense in a book. And then there's some stuff the movie does with like juggling between the timelines that kind of makes more sense for a movie. So I feel like they both kind of tackled that story in their own way, but I still really like it. It does a lot of interesting. It's because it's like almost like 6 books tied together. You know, like 6 completely different stories that are interwoven. So you get some great.
That's kind of giving me a headache. That seems like a big time sink.
It is like it's been a while, like, and the early goings of it, like before you kind of like seeing how these pieces are starting to fit together, is just kind of like, who's this guy? Like, why is there a new guy? Like, what's going on? And that's having seen the movie. Like, I would like just the fact that they were doling out the story in like big 50, 60 page kind of chunks. Like, it's just like, this is this character, alright, now it's a different guy, alright, now it's a different thing, and like one after the other, and you're just kind of like, what? And then then there's kind of a tipping point where everything starts to roll together, and you're just like, oh, this is amazing! And that's where I am right now, so I really like it. But it is a bit slow crawl for a little bit there.
Cool.
I probably just generally recommend the movie, though, like, too. I really liked how that worked. But that's, I'm a bit biased because I saw that first, so that's how I kind of know this story firsthand. Like, I guess people might really take issue with the makeup stuff I think I brought up before. Like, that has really broken it for some people, but I don't know. It worked for me. I thought it was really cool. And the melancholy movie I saw earlier that I contrasted hard with Vanquish was Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Was that pretty good?
It was okay, but it's not my favorite Secret Service like drama that I've seen. Like, which sounds like a pretty narrow niche, and it is, but I don't know. Just some of the stuff they were doing, like kind of like the slow burn mystery, like it's about trying to find a mole like high up in MI6, you know?
So The Informant is still the best.
The Informant?
Yeah.
Like you're saying like
sure.
The Matt Damon movie?
Yeah.
Okay, like
just having a mole in the company.
Yeah, that's like corporate espionage. That movie's fantastic, but it does totally different stuff. Like, it's not quite that thing.
Right, but it's
I guess
better for it.
there's deception and stuff. I guess I really like that movie's tone. I thought it was really funny in a way that I was not really expecting. But no, this I would compare more to Munich or The Good Shepherd, like that kind of movie.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
specifically Good Shepherd. If you've seen Good Shepherd, it's similarly kind of like really got a measured pace to it. That movie's even longer though, and I still found it more like I just got caught up in it a bit more. This is still fine. Like, there's a bunch of heavyweight British actors here. Like, just in kind of small roles too. Like, Colin Firth's in there, Toby Jones, Tom Hardy, Benedict Cumberbatch, who's the, Sherlock now and everything. Gary Oldman is sort of the main guy, but like, he's such an odd character because he's kind of just this quiet guy who kind of sits in the corner and observes everybody.
So
like,
he's me.
He's in a lot of scenes, but he's kind of just like really genuinely spying on people, but not necessarily saying a whole lot.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's kind of a neat main character to have because it's like he's like the lead, like the smallest personality in the room, but that kind of enables him to know more and kind of play this big, like, investigate a lot better than some of these other louder characters. So it was neat to see, but I don't know. Maybe after a couple years, like I hadn't seen it in 2 years, but I'd been hearing really, really good things about it, so my expectations kind of just slowly kind of kept bubbling up a bit. I don't know. I was a little cool on it, but it was okay. It was fine. Well shot and everything. It's the director who did Let the Right One In. So if that is of interest to you, Thomas Alfredson is his name. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It was good. It's a good movie, but in that weird kind of narrow genre, I still thought Good Shepherd kind of just, I thought that was more interesting. Like it maybe it
Sure.
just fits my political mindset a bit because it's very like, its character is like, man, this business of secrets is horrible and will destroy you. This movie doesn't quite do that. It's more just like the business of spying.
What about Argo?
That's not. Oh, I guess that is CIA. Argo.
Do we not talk about Argo?
It's just so like I feel like I've beaten that horse so much, like a lot, so much.
So
it's really unfair to that.
You're saying
horse.
you like it?
No, I'm just saying I'm done. Like I'm done with that.
So you're saying you like it? Ben Affleck got robbed, and Gary Whitta is 100% the coolest guy ever.
Coolest guy ever. After Earth in theaters soon. Check it out.
There you go. What else did you do this week? How's your sex life?
It's pretty good, but Brittany's in Red Deer right now, so that's not great.
That's too bad.
Yeah, work takes people out of town, so leaves you here. But I guess it's the last bit of school stuff too, so maybe it's a good opportunity. But at the same time, it's always frustrating. So yeah, once you get used to a certain schedule, it's like all right, not here anymore.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Fair enough.
Bummer. So thanks for asking. Okay. Should I just ask how you're doing or what? Like, just try to flip it? All these awkward inducing questions? How's your sex life, Paul?
It's going okay. I think it's been like 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Maybe 3. I don't know. I lose track of time because my eye is pink, so I can't see out of it properly. Rose-colored goggles. That's my eye right now.
Gross. Okay. Just a lot of tears and blinking?
I've been told it has been less than 1 day. So I am off. It was yesterday. I feel like a dick.
Memory problems. That's also a side effect of pink eye, though.
Memory problems and impotence. Pink eye. Not
pink
even
eye.
Once.
It'll do it.
It'll do it. Every time. And smoking, probably. Actually, smoking does cause impotence.
Really? Is that confirmed?
That is a true thing. I haven't had a problem with that yet.
Okay. Oh, I never really talked about the Mad Men thing, but just speaking of... So like that shit. I thought it touched on some cool stuff. Kind of melancholy. It talks about death a lot. So it kind of put me in a weird, gloomy place, but then I wrote a bunch of stuff after. So, creativity.
Yay.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I love it.
Yeah, I really do. It's probably my favorite show right now. But yeah.
I thought this was your favorite show.
Well, I mean, television show. There's no visual aspect to this show.
Right. There should be a visual aspect.
Right, that's true. We should figure out how do we do that? Like, just have a cat on the screen or something?
I mean, we could do that, but you know cats as well as I do, and they don't like to stay in one place for too long.
Yep.
Unless you have food there. Then they will stay.
My cat, like, finding the right brand, we've had this conversation, though, but, like, he's just doesn't seem to like it very much, but he'll put up with it and eat it. I don't know. I just feel bad. Like, I feel
My cat
like
has been eating dog food.
unhappily doing that?
He loves the dog food. He just dives right in like it's fucking hamburgers.
Oh, okay. Why did you end up with a bunch of dog food? You just knew he liked it?
I'm living at Erin's house right now, and her parents have 4 dogs.
Oh, so you're just like, hey, we'll see this. And he's just like, hells yeah. Okay. That's
Also,
awesome.
yeah, my cat turned off my computer.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like during a stream?
I was doing a stream, and then my cat decided he likes to sit on the armrest of the chair I use, and my computer, my tower, was on the ground. So he took his paw, and he put it right on top of the power button and held it down until my computer shut off completely for the 5 seconds.
Wow.
He was mad because I wasn't petting him enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's figured it out. It's like raptors, man. They learn.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll do it again because I flipped out.
So he booked it right after that?
He just kind of looks at the tower now and then turns away.
Okay.
Like, oh, I lost.
Wait, he like stood up against the button?
No, dude. Like, okay, so...
Because like I have a laptop, so I'm like, if it was open, my cat could totally sit on it or something, and it would do that.
No, it's even weirder. Okay.
Okay.
Picture you're in a chair with 2 armrests.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now, he likes to sit on the left armrest.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so where your arm could be right now, there's a cat there, and he's just cuddled away. He's all cute and happy. But then he realizes, this motherfucker isn't paying enough attention to me, and I want to be held. So, there's a computer tower on the ground on that side. I'm going to put
like further to the left, like just beyond it?
Just down a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick my paw out while I'm still sitting here, put it on top of this button, and hold it down until the power goes off.
That's like dexterity or something. Like that's all right. Button pushing abilities. That's like raccoon business right there.
Yeah. So you're saying my cat's a raccoon?
Maybe, like, or sort of. Or he's been learning.
I should probably get him tested.
Right. Raccoons look super cool. Like, I don't want... Like, I think I've come to the point where I'm like, man, past Vinny, I don't know if I'm going to have a pet, because I just feel bad now. Like a little cat jailer. You know, like, I just keep him in here all the time and give him bread and water, and that's it. You know, like, I'm not giving him a good enough time. But...
You're not giving him a good enough time.
Yeah, his life is just draining away, and he could be running around a field or something, but he's not.
So, like, in his litter box, it just says, like, for a good time, call Nathan.
No, I just meant, like, no, it wouldn't say that. 'Cause it's, like, for a bad time, because, you know, you just hang out on a chair.
Yeah, it would just be, like, Nathan doesn't put out pets, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But put them outside, that's true. I don't, because I don't have a fence, so he'd run off, and that would be it. And his harness will just squirm out of it. Has he ever bolted? Yeah. Like, you know, you expect him to just roll around on the steps or something, but then he'll just be like, no, I'm going down here to the driveway, and you're just like, oh, chase after him.
Isn't that the most profound and, like, helpless feeling of loss ever?
It hasn't happened like full blown, like that cart life moment, you know, where cat's just gone.
Okay, that has happened to me, and then I just walked back inside when I realized the door was open.
Yeah.
And, like, I couldn't find them anywhere outside. And then I walk back inside, and you see their food bowl and stuff, and you just want to cry. It's just like, the worst.
He's gone. I fucked up.
The one thing I had in my life, and that's right, the one thing is gone.
Yeah. That... we like back when I was a kid growing up, we definitely had that happen with I think our dog and also one of our cats. Like, just like, what happened? They got out and they're gone. Oh no! And then we were just kind of waiting around hoping they would return. But in my time as like a personal cat owner, that has not happened.
But then there was a happy end to this, obviously, because I still have the asshole that turns my computer off.
Right. So he came back.
It was raining outside, and I went outside for a cigarette, and he was at the end of the steps and looked at me and meowed. And I said, "Come here," and he ran into my arms. It was great. It was
it's like
great.
that moment in Fable 2 that Peter Molyneux wanted to create.
He did create that moment.
Like, I don't think I lost my dog, though. So I didn't have that moment happen. But the moment of dog loss, though, that was like some Marley and Me business. That was no good.
Oh, Marley and Me. How could they?
Yeah. I mean, it's an authentic part of like childhood and like life, right? So that's totally fair. But yeah, it was pretty brutal. Every cat death came up in my brain as that was happening. And my dog. I had a dog, and he died tragically, and it was terrible.
Do you have any stories about losing a pet or a loved one? Podcast at pixel-response.com or Twitter. You can just pixel_response. Probably don't do that one. I don't check that one. I do check Exposure, EXFAUXSURE. Nathan sometimes checks Krasnor, KRAZNOR. I mean,
forwards to Gmail, but I've also not been checking that much.
There you go.
Yeah.
And, just talk to us on that. Stitcher, thumbs up, whatever. We're out. See ya.
Oh, what? That's the end?
That's it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.